Hey everybody, welcome to our Sonic the Hedgehog playthrough. My name is Chris.
My name is Trey.
And we have a special guest with us. Do you mind introducing yourself?
Not at all. Hello, my name is Chris, but you know me as, you could know me as revanisthebest on YouTube. I am a unofficial voice actor. Don't mean to gloat. That's me, basically. I'm not good at this introducing stuff.
Well, that's...
Sorry about that.
You did fine, mate. Sonic 1. This is what we're doing right now. And boy, oh boy, am I nervous about this. I've only got marginal experience with this game, so I'm kind of trying to do as much as I can with as little knowledge as possible.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
this game that's been out for 14 years, 24 years, 24.
Yeah,
Jesus.
I know. Wow.
So Trey,
It's been a long time.
It's been quite a bit.
Trey, what is your experience with the Sonic the Hedgehog series as a whole?
Not a lot whatsoever. I wouldn't really say the only Sonic game I've played and beat was Shadow the Hedgehog, but that doesn't count.
It counts. It counts, brother.
It doesn't seem like it count to me.
It counts. It's certainly a Sonic game.
But that's like really the only one that I've played and completed all the way through.
What about you?
All 10 endings, Chris.
All 10
All
you
10
poor
endings.
soul. So clearly I'm great at this game, as you can see.
It's been a long time.
Chris, what is your experience with the Sonic the Hedgehog series?
It was the first franchise I ever played.
Wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, to this day I am a big fan.
For me, I got started around Sonic Adventure 2. My cousin introduced me to it, and I fell in love with the game. It was, in fact, the first game that I ever bought with my own money without, having my parents give me money to get it or get it to me as a gift.
Yep.
And I played the absolute heck out of that game. So much time put into getting all the emblems and everything. And it wasn't actually until past few years that I started getting into the classic games. And Sonic 1, I've played and beaten a grand total of maybe one time. Oh, missed that. I can go back. I can do it.
I can still get it.
Yes.
So I've only played through it a couple times. I did some test recordings to make sure that this wasn't going to be a completely crap playthrough, and as you can see, yeah, I'm not doing so great, but we're not the best here.
Doing a lot better than what I would have done so
Hey,
far. I probably
Trey,
would have died by now.
Trey, you would have gotten 3 game overs by now. in this amount of time. Like, not even just at this point in the game, like, in this amount of playtime. Oh, that's a roll spot.
It may seem like he's making fun of me, but he's actually telling the truth.
Trey, I've known you for 7 years.
Hey.
I know exactly how your gaming experience is. Okay, that's... So, talking about the game's mechanics for a little bit, one of the things that Sonic introduced is, well, getting hit by everything, is momentum-based platforming.
Yep.
That was one thing that was this part. Yep. That spike pit gets me every time. I try to jump over it and I die.
The dreaded spike pits.
But when you're running, Sonic goes fast. That's his whole thing. It's you can't go slow.
Yep.
But the momentum, I feel like it was implemented better in later games, as it should be. First game of the series is obviously not going to be perfect.
Yeah, of course.
But
Of course not.
in this, the momentum is probably my biggest cause of contention for this game, because I feel like a lot of times that the momentum is what causes a lot of my deaths.
Yep.
'Cause I can't just turn around and keep myself from missing a jump. And if I do try to second guess myself, well, that's where you die, because it's either go for it, commit to it, you're going over the edge, it's gonna happen, just do
Suck
it.
it up.
Or you don't.
Mm. Yeah.
And that was Green Hill Zone. Blink and you miss it.
Pretty much.
Those worms get me every time. I feel like the hitboxes on those are a little bit, off.
Well, you're supposed to aim for the head. Aim for the head. Number one rule in any game whatsoever.
Yep.
Aim for the head.
Don't attack till you see the white of his eyes.
Uh-huh.
Marble Zone was always one that gave me a little bit of trouble, because this in Labyrinth Zone, if anybody who's watching this that has been looking at my Facebook for the past couple days, I've been complaining so much about those two zones, because, like I said, there's a lot of momentum going on with Sonic's control, but unfortunately the gimmicks of Marble Zone and Labyrinth Zone in particular, they bring that momentum to an absolute crawl, and it's really hard to, platform in a game based off of momentum when you don't have any momentum.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
And so those are my two least favorites. And I should also mention, because of the fact that I was not able to get enough time to practice this, if I spend too long on one particular level, I've kind of reconciled in my mind that I'm just gonna skip it.
Yep.
Use the level select and just go past it, just to keep the ball rolling, if anything.
Labyrinth Zone.
Yeah. Oh, I hope you guys didn't like Labyrinth Zone, because you'll probably only see about 30 seconds of it. Actually, no. Act 1 and 2 aren't the problem. It's the end of Act 3 that keeps kicking me in the butt.
Oh boy.
That's the problem with playing this live. See, if I could have done post commentary with this, then I would have been recording for about a week and gotten perfect on everything. Just recorded each level individually.
Or spent a week on Labyrinth Zone.
Or spent a week on Labyrinth Zone to get it down to perfection.
Yes, science.
Crossfades and jump cuts. Oh, it would have been brilliant.
Think of the jump cuts.
Well, it can't be as much as Pokemon. Still not as many jump cuts as Pokemon, and that's the important thing.
Castlevania was pretty bad, too, with all the jump cuts.
No, Castlevania was bad when you got to Slagra. That's when there was jump cuts, because I wasn't having it. So, Trey, ouch. Did this little platforming section look familiar?
Rocket Knight Adventure.
Yep, Rocket Knight Adventures.
Oh, dear God.
They did the same thing.
I played that one, too, I think I played that one. I don't remember.
Rocket Knight Adventures was one of those games that I grew up playing, and I didn't recognize because a lot of these classic games I played as a kid, I didn't really recognize the difficulty spike in some of them.
Yep.
Particularly Rocket Knight Adventures, because after level 3, everything is instant death. Just absolutely everything, and it gets to be a little bit annoying.
Hey, back then you were a kid and you accepted it. Now that you're older and have more knowledge and experience of game mechanics, now you notice it,
Right, yeah. It's really something interesting taking and going back to games you played as a kid, as an adult, knowing, and I'm going to get past this. I'm not going to get hit by the same thing 3 times.
Or unless you do.
Shut up, Trey. I wasn't asking your opinion. Ha! I think that's the first time I've gotten all of those blocks.
Oh, the bats! I hate just any game.
Trey's getting Aladdin Genesis flashbacks from the bats.
I can't take this. It's too much for me to handle.
Invincibility.
Right
This is always a good thing. This is about the only time in these levels that you can actually gain some momentum, is when you have the invincibility. Because then if you run into anything that can hurt you, it doesn't.
Exactly. I mean, that's that's how invincibility works.
That is how invincibility works. I'm really surprised I'm doing as well as I am. I mean, I get hit a lot, but I still finish the level.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. Still finish a level.
Yeah.
There's that.
Act 3.
I always forget how many acts there are.
You know, in future games, I've seen. See, I rolled into it, hit him in the face, still took damage. Fantastic.
Didn't see the white of his eyes, Chris.
I didn't see
You
the.
didn't do it
Yeah,
fast enough.
I guess I just my timing was off. I didn't see the white of his eyes.
Okay, I had a feeling that something was going to go horribly wrong right there. I just didn't want to say anything because then it would have.
What do you think would go wrong?
It's just everything. All
With
of
my
it.
gameplay,
Okay.
anything,
All of it.
All right.
anything could go wrong. Nothing
Yeah.
goes right. I will say that Marble Zone's track, the music track that plays, it's kind of it's one of my favorite tracks in the game, if only because it's just it's a funky little tune.
Funky little tune.
Yeah, I mean,
I find myself ducking to the bass.
it's got the mysterious feeling to it. I mean, it's like you are actually exploring inside an ancient temple.
Right. It
Because
gives
basically you are.
it gives a good sense of atmosphere.
Mm. I mean, you know, say what you will about Sonic games. There's one thing that they never fail to, give off. It's their music. I mean, their music always fits the tone that they're looking for. I've noticed.
Right,
Or at least I feel.
especially when Jun Sonoe took over the sound direction.
Mhm.
He did a really good job with the soundtracks, particularly of the 3D games.
Mm-hmm.
Given a good balance to everything. I think Sonic Adventure 1 was probably like the best example of a balanced soundtrack. You know, it really gave every level its own personality, its own feel, which is important when you're playing a game like
Yeah.
this, or any game for that matter.
Oh yeah. I mean, it isn't just graphics. I mean, graphics could be great, but the music could sound like absolute. Well,
Right. I'm
gameplay too.
I'm a musician, and that one thing, like in particular, is that tonality when it comes to your music can make a huge impact on the way something feels.
Yep.
And Sonic games are pretty well known for that. Castlevania is another series that does the whole atmospheric level really well.
Yeah. Actually, you're absolutely right. Actually.
I missed that one by.
Chris, you forgot a game.
I mean,
You forgot Jet Set Radio. No,
Jet Set Radio
it's
has
cool.
like 3 songs,
It's pretty
and then
much
Dragula, which is okay in my opinion.
I love that.
I just completely.
I would say I'm a metalhead, but I do love my metal.
Yeah, I am a metalhead myself. Okay. Yep.
You get no invincibility frames right there. None.
0. Like that's another thing that I find that Sonic 1 has a little bit of trouble with is that trying to decide when it's going to give you invincibility frames. Fantastic. Fantastic.
I'm sorry.
This is your last life, Chris. This is your last life. Use it well.
Well, I'm pretty close to the end. Like,
Don't do it.
Yeah. Don't you?
and once I get to the
I'm
boss,
like
I don't
crazy
really
over
have
here,
a
but I
problem.
can clearly see what you're doing.
Because I have boss strategies in my head. It's easier for me to actually like plan out boss strategies than it is level strategies
Yeah.
for some reason. I guess that's why I'll never be a speedrunner. My dreams of being a professional speedrunner.
Oh boy.
Professional Sonic 1 speedrunner.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Have
you
you
would
seen?
call me a speedrunner. I mean, when I play a game, I make sure to get as much as I can.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it helps in terms of story, and sometimes it's just, can you do it?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I can
really
sure
wish
as
I
hell
could
try.
jump on that thing. That'd be great.
Yeah, and you're getting really close to those spikes too. Whenever you try to jump over there,
I come over here. You can't hit me while I'm over here.
and then
It'll
you get
hit. It'll hit me, and then I'll die, and then
Yeah.
I'll feel stupid.
Okay.
Give me serious flashbacks.
That is, whenever you're watching somebody else play a game, it just kind of makes you cringe. Even if it's good gameplay, you look at the things that you've done wrong in the past with your own playthroughs, and you just kind of feel bad. That's
Yeah. Oh yes.
I don't know if that's kind of the appeal that it comes when it comes to me watching Let's Plays, watching other people do Let's Plays, is that like I'll give you an example. I recently watched a Sonic Heroes, so it's still topical. Sonic Heroes playthrough, and back in the day, I could not do the special stages in Sonic Heroes. I couldn't. It controlled so crappily that I couldn't handle the speed. I couldn't handle the control. Okay, lag. That was good lag.
Oh, no.
Taste that. Tasty lag.
Well, it's a good thing you got like about 8 minutes left. No, wait, 7.
Yeah.
Wait, no. Chris, Chris, I'm out of my mind right now.
Yeah, I understand.
Right, sorry. I forgot my math. My basic math.
We forget how to talk on occasion, which is absolutely the best thing ever when you're doing commentary.
Makes more sense for me, though. Whoa. Okay. That was
Let's try to avoid the lag.
pretty much standing on top of that spike. Didn't get hit by it.
I honestly love this, though. I mean, they give you basically a tutorial level to just figure out the controls. And they give you this, I was like, no, you can't go fast just yet. We'll save on that for later.
It's not until you get to Spring Yard that you really get some speed.
Yeah.
And that funky soundtrack. Mm-hmm.
And then they take it away from you in Labyrinth Zone.
Labyrinth Zone.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I was about to cry.
I
was gonna cry.
You were gonna cry.
I was gonna cry.
I would have been the one that got the freaking level stolen from me.
He's gonna cry. No, it's like right after you beat the boss, you try to jump over the pit and land in the lava.
Yeah, that would have been my luck.
I was expecting.
And that's no good.
Yeah. Oh Lord. That's bringing on a whole different level of Sonic. Sonic's probably one of the most merchandised characters in video games.
I'd say so, yeah.
If not the most, one of them, close to it. They've had so many different cartoons based off of him and franchising everything.
Sonic Boom.
Oh dear God, Sonic Boom.
That's just the first thing I could think of. It's just Sonic Boom.
I heard the show wasn't too bad as far as cartoons.
I personally enjoy it. I mean, first of all, I'm glad Sonic has a show again, and second, I'm glad it's not a bad one.
Yeah.
The
game was sucked, but we don't talk about those games.
Everyone has bad times. You just
run.
Go ahead, go past me, sir. I don't
Those
mind.
armadillos have killed me far more times than I care to admit. I do really like the Spring Yard soundtrack.
I really like the
well.
design of this level. I like how all the colors look together.
Yeah, it's a little bit more of a bright aesthetic in comparison to, say, Marble Zone, which is a little bit darker.
It's just whenever
or
I see
Labyrinth
this,
Zone, which is 50 Shades of Brown.
Yeah. Whenever I see this, it just reminds me of Arrow the Acrobat.
Oh dear God!
Just the colors.
We don't talk about that game either, Trey.
That's what it reminds me of. Sonic just needs a skateboard for all that. That's all he needs.
Well, he gets
snowboard
awesome. Levels.
I mean,
okay.
Yep. He did have that snow. Oh, sorry. He did have that snowboard during the first 5-10 seconds of dang, I forgot the name, but it was that snow level in a Sonic 3 and Knuckles or Sonic 3.
Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I've forgotten it too.
Was it Ice Cap Zone or something like that? I think it was Ice Cap. Let me check.
100.
Yep, Ice Cap Zone.
Yep.
Ice Cap Zone Act 1. Wow.
Well, he also gets a snowboarding level in Sonic Adventure and starts off on this kind of weird downhill, I guess, snowboarding type level in Okay, momentum.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, and it's done.
And then I died. The end.
Yeah, I forgot about the Sonic Adventure.
Yeah, he has at least one snowboarding level in Sonic Adventure, and then, boy, do I need some rings.
And they're not giving you any at all.
Yeah. You know, whereas Mario collects coins just for the heck of it, Sonic collects rings to survive.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I wonder how that's supposed to work. As long as I have money, I can live. Social commentary, folks.
Well, isn't the same... I mean, that's the same thing as life, really.
Yeah.
Sonic
You can't
is
live
Sega,
unless you have
as
money.
symbolic as ever.
If you don't
Any
have
money so you can
die.
live.
Okay, yep. That's okay. The jump wasn't good anyways. I wasn't feeling it. Yep.
Shulk will be disappointed in you.
I'm disappointed in me.
That you
It's
weren't
okay,
feeling
Chris,
the jump.
We're all disappointed
Yeah,
in
Shulk.
you.
Okay, yep. Could have seen that coming.
Yeah, he was creating Sonic wannabes even when it all began.
Yep.
Must have hated him. Robotnik must hate him that much.
Probably.
Ugh.
I will say another interesting thing that was implemented in this game as far as like momentum is concerned is when you're going down a hill and you turn it and you press down, you turn into a ball.
Yep.
Like so. And you gain momentum based on like how long you stay in that the ball form and how much speed you gather down. It's a pretty accurate measurement when it comes to momentum.
Yeah.
And well, that is all I had to say about it. It was
Too bad it can't happen to you, because if you caught up on a ball, first you'd break your bones, and then second you'd be bouncing everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, which brings to mind the question why Samus is able to go into a morph ball.
Technology.
Yep.
Whatever.
Science, magic.
I just wouldn't question it.
Yeah. Yeah. What's up?
Speaking of Samus, those little crab things remind me of
Metroids? No.
Metroid Fusion. Except they don't climb on the walls and the ceiling.
That you know of.
That I
You
know
don't.
of,
You
exactly.
can't tell them what they can do and cannot do in their spare time.
They already have the weapons that can go through the floor. What else can they do?
I hate that.
Yeah, enemies that can attack you without actually being anywhere near you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, just like those mantises in Metropolis Zone. Oh boy, how many rings I lost to them. But that's another game, so
the
I'm just gonna
slicers.
stop there. Yeah. Yeah, I forgot the names of them. I haven't been involved in. I haven't played that game in a while, so. But that's its sequel, so I'm just gonna save it for that.
Yeah.
Possibly. But you get my point, right? Okay.
Absolutely, yeah. It's the biggest problem with the slicers is just their placement. They're never in the.
I mean, go on.
They're never in a place that is, well, good. And so.
But they're Sorry.
Yeah, go for it.
But they're placed. I mean, they're deliberately placed. So.
Yeah, they're there for.
It's
They're there
hard to
to
explain,
ignore.
but they're placed in the exact position that you would not expect them to be in. So once you think you're safe for jumping onto the next ledge, bam! There you go. I mean, it's genius, and it's also the devil's work, if you ask me.
Yeah, it's both a good thing and a bad thing. I'm surprised I've made it this far without losing life, and that's gonna end really
We only
quick.
got one left.
Oh yes, yes.